Hello, this is Chris Pickard at Body and Balance in Hertfordshire, and I'm here today to talk to you about week 3 of the 7-week anti-aging plan that I put together for you and me and my patients and anyone that really wants to make a difference to what's happening at the cellular level of their entire being, whether it's their brain or their joints or their muscles. As the key focus here with anti-aging is to protect what's called telomeres. So if you missed the first 2 weeks, watch the first 2 weeks. I'll put some links to the videos online. But for today, hello. Today we're talking about week 3. So first of all, I spoke about raw materials you needed to make your body work. So it's about really inspecting what you're putting in and making sure that what you're putting in is good stuff. So you're getting rid of bad, putting in more good. Then I spoke about stress busting, because stress really is a brain killer, it's a cell killer, it's a life killer, and there are so many strategies to reduce stress in your life and in your body. So today we're actually going to be talking about weeks 3 and a little bit about week 4, because I really want people to get really excited about week 4. So week 3 is really trying to find more ways to move, particularly really to look at building muscle and to improve energy, because these things are really linked together. So we're talking about muscles and mitochondria. Now, exercise as a whole is linked with all kinds of health benefits. It raises glutathione in your body, which is a major detoxifier and a major determinant of how long you're going to live. Exercise helps regulate hormones. It helps make, I think it does actually help make thyroid hormones. It actually makes energy. It's very good for protecting the brain. It's very good for decreasing depression. It's important for all of your hormones, your metabolism, losing weight, gaining muscle. It's so important, exercise. Okay, I cannot stress the importance of it. But the thing about exercise is it's not just are you getting about and moving around, because as you age, you lose about 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every 10 years from the age of 30. And you may think, 3 to 5% of my muscle mass, that's not much. But when you think that's 3 to 6 pounds of muscle, yeah, you may not notice it after 1 decade. After 2, you'll probably start noticing. After 3 or 4 decades, you really notice a lack of muscle. And a lack of muscle, as opposed to a lack of exercise, is related to more arthritis, less hormone control, because as you lose muscle, all kinds of things stop working. And so the focus today isn't just to get you outside and moving, it's about getting you actually doing things to build muscle, because it's muscle that's important. So let's have a look at some of the things which I want to talk through all this. Yes, 3 to 5% muscle, because muscle is youth, basically. Muscle is youth. So I'm going to talk to you about the Evergreen Project, a Finnish study, basically. And they took a group of men and women between the ages of 65 and 94, and they showed that the participants with the most muscle were experiencing better mental function, fewer chronic illnesses, and longer lifespans. So it wasn't just about getting out and moving around. It's really about muscle. Okay. And then for everyone asking questions on YouTube, I'm sorry about this, but I'm on Facebook. And I'll answer questions individually later. So regardless of another study at Tufts University, the Human Nutrition Research Centre, they took a group of people between 63 and 98. Okay, most of them required walking aids or were in wheelchairs. Okay, so most of the people watching this are not using walking aids and they're not in wheelchairs, so you've got no excuse. And they put them through a 10-week program of muscle strength programs. Okay, and at the end of the 10 weeks, they all noticed improved stamina and stability, and many participants were able to walk unaided after the muscle building exercise therapy. So it's all about building muscle. So it's not just about walking. We need you to go to the gym. We need you to lift weights. We need you to do something that actually strains your muscles. Okay? So get out and try something like Pilates, first of all, if you've not done exercise. go to a gym, make sure you go through a program with a personal trainer who's actually going to build you a muscle building exercise program. Don't let them just put you on a cardiovascular machine, because lots and lots of cardio, so lots and lots of doing this. Go to the gym and see loads of people doing, they do loads of this, and they might get on the treadmill and walk, or they get on all these different machines that are just, they're on them for hours, it seems. And you see them a year later and they're still there and they haven't changed because they've never progressed to muscle building. That's what I want you to do. Muscle building, stuff, lifting weights. That's what's going to change the shape of your body. That's what's going to give you muscle. Because cardio, again, look at long distance runners. They are not full of muscle. Yes, they're fit. Yes, they're healthy in many ways. Yes, they've got muscle. But they don't have the same physique as a sprinter. That's what you want. You want sprint training. You don't want lots of cardiovascular stuff. All exercise has benefits, but really I want you to focus on muscle. So, what can you do to actually help build energy and muscle then? Well, simple thing that anyone can go out and buy. Not that you can read this unless you can read backwards. Coenzyme Q10. Coenzyme Q10 is an enzyme. It's used in your mitochondria. It's part of the whole energy building process. Now, there are better supplements that have got all the things you need for the energy building process. If you want me to get that from America from you, the best one is called NRG. Let me know. It will cost about 50 quid a bottle, but just get some coenzyme Q10. Now, the other thing is there's lots of different performance drinks out there. This one by Dynamic Health, the same people that bring you Dynamic Greens, is particularly good because the one supplement that you want for muscle building, first of all, don't think overall protein, which is what muscle's made of, creatine. Okay, it's probably the single thing, and it's quite cheap as well. So those of you that push for money, when you're doing a muscle training program, take creatine, 3 to 5 grams a day. You might want to start off with a little bit more for the first week or so, but get creatine because that's really been shown to help build muscle. There are different forms of creatine. Just start with creatine monohydrate, which is the cheapest. You'll find it in every health food shop. All the bodybuilders take it, but it's not just good for bodybuilders. It's good for any age for people wanting to build muscle. But if you want a really good sports drink, then the performance drink. So this is about 50 quid. Okay, so what happens if you're overweight as well? You might want a little bit of extra help. So again, same company, they do a Slender drink. This and this mixed together, tastes great as well. Also, this is good for anyone that wants an extra boost of energy for their workouts as well. So those are all good for energy and straightforward muscle building. But a lot of people, of course, they can't move and exercise because they're riddled with arthritis because they haven't been exercising and they haven't been looking after their body for a long time. So this is where I'm going to announce our latest product range, although this isn't the latest. If you've got lots of arthritis, simplest thing to take, you may have heard of glucosamine, that's all good, fish oils, those are good, but probably start with vitamin D3 combined with vitamin K2. Vitamin D3 helps get calcium into your body, but vitamin K2 is then what gets it from your body or from your bloodstream into your bone. Okay, so a D3K2 supplement combined together is really good for arthritis, among other things, among eating healthily, etc. But supplement-wise, that's where I'd probably start. But if you really, really, really are riddled with arthritis and you want to do something really amazing, then this is the bee's knees. This is the muscle and joint rejuvenation package, which basically comes with, yes, a pack of daily pills. And basically, so one pill is good for joint, disc and cartilage support, one's good for joints and ligaments, one's good for cellular enzyme correction, which you need for building and repairing muscles and joints and ligaments and bringing down pain and inflammation. Another one's a different set of enzymes, again for the whole process of bringing down inflammation. And then there's another pill for the muscle and tissue and ligaments together. And together, all these things work amazingly well. It's more that it's, I mean, yes, this is pricey, but it's cheaper than trying to buy all of these ingredients separately in the UK. And it comes with a unique cream. So you're working on stuff from the inside and you're rubbing stuff on the outside. Now this works even better when you combine it with collagen. And there is a good collagen supplement in the UK. It's called Great Lakes Collagen. You can get it from iHerb, and so that's about 20 quid. Whereas if you really want the best collagen, then it's this stuff. This is 50 quid for a bottle though. So if you've got a lot of arthritis, then those are the supplements, that's the regime that I really recommend. Or if you're in a lot of pain, joints, muscles, ligaments, that's a really good program to go through. I'm actually going to be, I've got my wife on that program at the moment because she's got a repetitive strain of her elbow, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a whirl as well, just to see if it makes any difference to my aches and pains after heavy exercise. So, yeah, I think you've got the idea. You've got to go and build muscle. And right at the bottom here, I've written, eat less. And this is my clue as to what's really going to be happening next week. Okay, next week I'm going to start talking about fasting and experimenting with different fasting types. If you've been watching me for a while, then hopefully you've already integrated intermittent fasting, or at least already tried intermittent fasting. And by intermittent fasting, I'm not talking about the 5-2 diet. I'm talking about a bit of fasting each day where you have at least 13 hours to 16, 17, 18 hours between your last calories of yesterday and your first calories of today. So I'm going to be covering more of that next week, but what I want you to do as well, I'm going to put a little link to an overall guide to different fasting and fasting types, because next week I'm actually starting a water fast. I'm going to see how many days, I'm aiming for 4, how many days I can go just drinking water and having electrolytes. Now, I don't expect you to do this, and especially I don't want you to do this if you've never done any fasting. But if you have done some fasting, and then your goal will be to then try and do a 24-hour fast, which is pretty easy, really. Or if you've not done intermittent fasting, start doing it, or start doing it every other day, or bring it back into your life again. So let's just see if there's anything in particular that I should put in here. Nope. Okay. All right, so thank you very much. If you know someone that would like to benefit from the anti-aging program, then please share this. If you know someone that wants a huge amount of support doing this, then I have an online group. It's £249 for, at the moment, lifetime membership. And so I'm continually putting people in that group through trainings like this. So as time goes on, you're just going to get healthier and healthier and healthier. And you can ask me questions. It's a bit like having me to consult on a much deeper level. And for a lot of people that are asking me questions via Facebook all the time, I'm going to probably stop answering so many questions unless you're a client or in that group. But I will always be educating for free here. Okay, thank you very much. Live long, everyone. And please spread the word of health and happiness, because world peace is only going to start with self-peace, and self-peace will probably only come if you're healthy and clean on the inside. Be well.